Hello everyone, my name is Pooja Chavan Patil and today we are going to learn the topic electricity. To understand electricity, we must know two concepts. First one is the electric charge and the second one is the current. Okay, so let us start with the current. Okay, so now what does current mean? Okay, see, basically current is nothing but the flow of charges per unit time. Flow of electric charges per unit time. Okay, and the letter with which we denote current is capital I. So now if we want to write the formula for current, it is going to be I is equal to flow of charges, means charge flown per unit time, or it can also be written as with the just letters. Charge is denoted with the letter Q and for time it is T. So the formula for current is going to be I is equal to Q upon T. Now to write the SI unit of current, what we can do is that we can we know the SI unit of charge, which is nothing but the coulomb, and SI unit of time is seconds. So the unit of current is going to be coulomb per second. So this is one of the unit of current, but the standard unit of current is ampere. It is ampere, denoted with the letter capital A. Fine. So current is nothing but flow of charges per unit time. The formula is Q upon T. SI unit is ampere. Fine. So now what does charge mean? Okay, what does charge mean? So see, like how the material has mass and volume, like that charges are also the property of the material. Charges, first thing we must understand about the charge is that charges are not an entities. Okay, these are properties. So charge is a property of the material. Okay, then we saw here now that charges are denoted with the letter Q, and SI unit of charge is coulomb. What is the meaning of SI unit? SI unit means the unit which has been used universally. Okay, it is coulomb and it is denoted with the letter capital C. Now, one thing we must know about the coulomb is that it is a very big quantity, or it is a very big unit. Okay, and we need smaller units for charges. For that, we are going to understand two small units of the charges which are going to be useful for you in the future. Fine. The first one is going to be millicoulomb. Now, what does millicoulomb means? Millicoulomb is denoted with the letter small m capital C, and the conversion is going to be 10 to the power of minus 3 coulomb, which means 1 millicoulomb is equal to 10 to the power of minus 3 coulomb. And the second small unit of the charge is microcoulomb. It is microcoulomb, denoted with the letter mu. It is not U, it is mu C. Okay, it is, the conversion is going to be 10 to the power of minus 6 coulomb. So these are two small units of the charges. Fine. Now basically charges are of two types. First one is the positive charge and the another one is the negative charge. Okay, now we'll see the properties of the charges. So the first property is that like charges repel each other. So now what does repel mean? Repel means that they go far from each other, whereas opposite charges attract each other. So if we bring one positive charge and negative charge close to each other, I mean, if we keep them together, they try to come closer. Wherein if we bring two negative charges, means like charges, closer, they do not come closer, they go far from each other. Fine. These are the two properties of the electric charges. Now, in your book, you come across this word called as electric field. Now, what does electric field means? Okay. Now we'll see the standard definition. It says that electric charges, when kept, create a small circle around itself where its effect can be felt, and that is nothing but the electric field. So what does this definition is saying is that, see, suppose what it is saying is that the charges, okay, whether it is a positive charge or it is a negative charge, let it be any charge, what they do, they create a small area, okay, means surrounding them, they create their effect, they create a sphere of influence around it, okay, which means that their effect can be felt only in that particular area, okay. So that area is nothing but the electric field, okay. So negative charged particle also create that influence surrounding it, and even positively charged particles create that sphere of influence, and that is nothing but the electric field. Now see, it is saying that itself where its effect can be felt, which means that suppose if we have a magnet here, and so obviously this magnet is going to create a small area surrounding itself wherein its effect can be felt, right? So suppose if we keep a nail, okay, a iron nail here, what it does, it is going to get attracted towards this metal, towards this magnet, correct? Because it is that nail is in the area, surrounding area where the effect can be felt, means it is very close to it, it is in that particular area, not close, but in that it is like it is able to feel its effect, okay, provided by that magnet. But in case suppose if we keep a magnet here and if we keep a nail here, for example 1 kilometer far, if we keep a nail from this magnet, does this nail will experience the effect of this magnet on it? No, it will not. Why? Because the effect created by this magnet ends here, okay, means it has one particular area surrounding it, only in that particular area the effect can be felt, but as we move far it cannot be felt. So that area surrounding that particular charge is called as electric field. Fine. So next. Fine. So now we are going to see charging of a body. Fine. So before understanding the method of charging a body, let us understand this word, neutral body, okay. Let us understand what does neutral body mean, okay. So to understand neutral body, we can have two definitions, okay. Either, see, suppose if we have one body like this, so it can be called neutral if it has no charge at all, if it has no charge at all, okay, means it is a chargeless body, it is a chargeless body, then we can say that this is a neutral body because it has no charge at all, it is a chargeless. And the second definition or the second way to understand neutral body is that we have a body, but in it there are same amount of positive and negative charges are present. For example, if 10 protons are there, 10 neutrons will be there, and because of that the net charge on this body will be 0, and hence we call this body as neutral body. Fine. So suppose I have a neutral body. Now you know the meaning of neutral body, right? It has net charge equal to 0, okay. So if I have a neutral body and I want to charge this neutral body, then what are the ways, okay. So for that we have this charging of a body. We have only one method here in your syllabus. The first one is the charging by friction, okay, charging by friction, which means that we take two bodies. See, here we have taken a silk material and we have taken here a glass rod, okay. We took two neutral bodies and we have rubbed it, okay, we have rubbed it against each other, and then what has happened, as we can see here in the second picture, this is the first picture, second picture, we see that the silk has all the negative particles, negative charges, and the rod has positive charges, means initially we had two neutral bodies, now we have made them positively and negatively charged bodies. Means we have to charge bodies now. So this is the very easiest way of charging a body, by rubbing it or by providing a friction. Okay, so this is it. So see, basically what we are trying to say is that suppose uh, see, suppose I have a body here. Okay, it has 10 protons and 10 neutrons. So what does this mean? Is that this body is having no charge, or we can say that it is a neutral body, because equal number of proton and neutrons are present, right? Now something happens to this body, means we disturb this body. Okay, we disturb its equilibrium, and then 3 neutrons, okay, they go somewhere, and now we have left with 10 protons and 7 neutrons. So now in this case, we can see that there are more number of protons present in this body. How many more? 3 more protons are there in this body, and hence this body becomes positively charged particle. Sorry, positively charged body. Okay, so this is how we can understand. Okay, the body is either negatively charged or positively charged, and a very simple method of charging a body is by friction. Now next, quantization of the charge. So